Hello, welcome to my videos. In this time, I'm going to talk about the NFL 2023 season, week 2, my prediction. Where tomorrow will start the NFL week 2 with the Thursday night football, where the Philadelphia Eagles will receive the Minnesota Vikings in Philadelphia, and 2015 is the time. But first, one acceleration. The last Sunday where I recorded a video where the Steelers were humiliated and defeated by the 49ers. I say that the Steelers were going to play against the Browns in the Thursday night, but not. They are going to play in the Monday night football. So let's talk about a little more about it. The the Eagles will receive the Vikings. Remember that the Eagles suffered but defeated 25-20 to Patriots in New England, and the Vikings lost surprisingly against the Buccaneers 17-20. So I think this will be a very tough game. Can be close, but in the end, Eagles is better than the Vikings, and I think that the Eagles will win this game by 7 or 10 or by 10 or more points. And the game that and in the Sunday, the game will start in the 1 p.m. In the next Sunday, 17 September 17. The first game will be where the Cincinnati Bengals will receive the the Baltimore Ravens. Remember that the Bengals lost surprisingly against the Cleveland Browns as a away team, 24-3, and the Ravens didn't have any problem to defeat 25-9 to the Texans. To be honest, this is a divisional game, the second consecutive divisional game that the Bengals will play. This will be a third game, but this game will be played in Cincinnati. So I think that the Joe Burrow will play better with as a quarterback in the Bengals, and I think this will be a game with less points. I think that both teams will score less than 23 or 20 points, and the Bengals, I think they will win this game by 1 or 3 point difference, and I think that this game will be defined in the last play of the game. And another game of the Sunday, the Detroit Lions will receive the Seattle Seahawks in the 1 p.m. in Detroit. Remember that Detroit Lions, they did the surprise of the week 1, where they defeated in the first game of the season, the last Thursday, where they defeated 21-20 the Chiefs, the Kansas City Chiefs, the reigning champion of the NFL, and the Seattle Seahawks were disappointed because they lost us in home against the Los Angeles Rams, the 30-13. This will be a close game, but to be honest, for me, the Lions in this moment are a better team than the Seahawks. So I think that the Lions will win this game by 14 or more points. And the other game of the first shift will play another divisional game. The Houston Texans will receive the Indianapolis Colts in Texas in Houston. Remember that the Texans were lost the first game against the Ravens 9-25, and the Colts lost the game another divisional game against the Jaguars 31-21 in home. So I think this will be a close game, but in my opinion, in this moment, the Indianapolis Colts are a better team than the Texas. Will be a close game because remember that this is a divisional game. Always in a divisional game, it's always tower closer than the people expect. So I think that the Colts will win this game by 7 or 10 point difference. Another game of the 1 p.m. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will receive Chicago Bears in Tampa. Remember the Buccaneers did the surprise when they won the as a away team the last week against the Vikings and the 17-20, and Chicago Bears lost his first game of the season in home against the Packers to 38-20. I think that the Buccaneers are better team than the Tampa Bay, and they will. That the Bears, they have better team. So I think that the Buccaneers will win this game by 10 or more point difference. And I think one of the best game of the day of the week, the Jacksonville Jaguars will receive the Kansas City Chiefs in Jacksonville. Remember that this is a revenge for the Jaguars because they lost against the Kansas City in the divisional run of the last year. And remember that the Jaguars won the first game. Yes, they defeated the Indianapolis Colts 31-21. The Kansas City they lost and was a surprise because they lost their first game of the season and as a home team against the Detroit Lions was a surprise. So I think this will be a very close game. Let's see if Travis Kelsey, the tight end from Kansas City, will play. So I think this will be a very close game. I don't want to beat against Patrick Mahomes because I don't because it's very difficult that the Chiefs lost two consecutive games. So I think that the Kansas City Chiefs will win this game, but this will be a very close game. I think this game will be defined in the last play of the game. I think this game will be defined by 3 or 7 point difference, and the Kansas City Chiefs will win this game. And another game of the Sunday, we'll play the Atlanta Hawks. No, sorry, no, the Atlanta Falcons will receive the Green Bay Packers in Atlanta. Remember that both teams won in the first game in the first week. The Falcons defeated 24-10 to the Panthers in a divisional game, and the Panthers, sorry, and the Packers will they defeated Chicago Bears in 38-20 in the first week, and both teams played divisional game. I think that this will be a very close game, but for me here the advantage is for the Falcons because they will play in home. So sorry. So I think this will be another close game. I think that the Falcons will win this game by 3 or 7 point difference. And another game of the 1 p.m. the Buffalo Bills will receive the Las Vegas Raiders and Buffalo, New York. Remember that the Buffalo Bills lost surprisingly the last Monday night against the New York Jets. Remember that in that game, Aaron Rodgers injured and he's out for the all of the season. And Josh Allen played a very bad game where he threw for three interceptions and one fumble. And to be honest, the Bills lost that game because Josh Allen. And the Las Vegas Raiders won a very ugly game, ugly game against the Denver Broncos. But the important here is not if one victory is ugly or not. The important is to win. So I think this will be another tough and close game, but I think the advantage here is because the Buffalo will play in its home. And remember, it's always difficult to a West team to play in the 1 p.m. So I think that the Buffalo Bills will win this game by 7 or 10 point difference. And the last game of the first shift, the Tennessee Titans will play against the Los Angeles Chargers and Nashville. Remember that the Titans lost the first game against the Saints. It was very defensive game, close game. And Los Chargers lost against the Miami Dolphins in the best game of the week one, 36-34. This will be a close game, but in my opinion here, I give the advantage to the Chargers because they have very offensive, and with the better quarterback, with Justin Herbert. So I think that the Chargers will win as a away team. They will win this game by 7 or 14 point difference, and this will be one of the surprises of the day. And the games of the second shift, the first will be where the Los Angeles Rams will receive the San Francisco 49ers, and the 4:05 p.m. Eastern time. Remember that the Rams won the week one in a divisional game against the Seattle Seahawks as a away team, and the San Francisco humiliated my Pittsburgh Steelers. To be honest, the San Francisco are one of the best team in the top 5 team in the league. They are a contending team to win this year the Super Bowl again. And the Rams are in a rebuilding team. So I think that how I told you and how I say before, always a divisional game is different because sometimes one team is very good and the other is very bad. But when they play, the game is tough and close. So I think the San Francisco will win his second game as a away team, and they will win this game by 7 or 10 point difference. And one of the worst game of the week, the Arizona Cardinals will receive the New York Giants in Arizona. The Cardinals lost against the Commanders 16-20, and the New York Jets were humiliated when they lost against the Cowboys 0-40 in the Sunday Night Football. To be honest, this will be a very bad game, ugly game. I think that both teams won't score more than 20 or 23 points. I think that the New York Giants will win this game because they are no because the Cardinals are the worst team, and they are worse team than the New York Giants. And this game will be, the difference will be between 3 or 7 points difference. Another of the second shift will be where the Dallas Cowboys will receive the New York Jets. Sorry, in Dallas. Remember that the Dallas Cowboys were the best team in the week one, where they didn't allow points. They scored 40 points, and they will play in home. And the New York Jets, unfortunately, they won the last. They won the, for good of that, they won the first game. But unfortunately, his quarterback Aaron Rodgers won't play anymore in the season because he tore the Achilles, and let's see if he can play the next season. But it looks like that he can be retired. Let's see. This game, I think that the Cowboys are better team than the New York Jets. The New York Jets had a very good defense, so I think that the Cowboys will win this game by 14 or 21 points difference. And in the last game of the second shift, the Denver Broncos will receive the Washington Commanders in Denver. Remember that the last game, the Broncos lost against the Raiders in home in very ugly game, and the Commanders won against the Cardinals. I think this will be another ugly game. I think this game will we score little points like 20 or 27 points for each team. So I think that the Broncos will win this game because they are a little better team than the Washington, and they will win the first game of the season. And in the Sunday night football, the New England Patriots will receive the Miami Dolphins in New England in the 2020 Easter time in a divisional game. Remember that the Patriots lost the first game in home against the Philadelphia Eagles, the runner-up of the last Super Bowl, and the Miami Dolphins won the first game against Los Angeles Chargers in Los Angeles in the best game of the week one. I think that in this moment the Dolphins are a better team than Patriots, and the Dolphins will win this game by 7 or 40 points difference. And in the Monday night we'll have two games. The first game will be where the Carolina Panthers will receive the New Orleans Saints in Carolina and 19:15 Eastern time. Remember that the Panthers lost the first game against the Falcons, and the Saints won the first game. No, sorry, the Panthers lost the first game against the Falcons, and the Saints won the first game against Titans. This will be a divisional game. I think at this moment the Saints are better team than the Panthers, and the Saints will win this game by 10 or more point difference. And in the last game of the week one, the game that will close the week, my Cleveland Steelers will receive the Cleveland Browns and the 2015 Eastern time in Pittsburgh. Remember that my Steelers lost and were humiliated by the 49ers in home the week one, and the Cleveland Browns humiliated and won surprisingly against the Cincinnati Bengals. This will be a very close and tough game, but I think that the Steelers will improve his game for what happened in the week one. So I think that the Steelers will win this game by 3 or 7 point difference. I think this will be a game with little points, like 20 or 17 points. So I think that my Steelers will win this game. Maybe in the last game of the play, and my Steelers will win the first game of the season. So here is my prediction about the NFL week 2, 2023 season. Let's see how many games I am correct. See you next video. Gibran.